Yeah.
Good. Best in the business. Good, thanks. How are you? In the big chair today, mate.
Eddie, what were your main considerations, thoughts when selecting this team?
Just picking the best 23 to play against Italy. Obviously, we've got a squad in place. We wanted to freshen the team up a little bit, make sure we start the game well and finish the game well, and I think we've got that in the squad of 23.
Have you tempted to make more changes at all?
Not really.
In terms of the centre, Manu Tuilagi, Ben Teal, how much are you looking forward to seeing those two together?
We saw him at the end of the game against Australia, and it's always been something we want to have a look at and have another option. We've been really happy with Slady, but it just gives us another way of playing. So we're looking forward to seeing them together.
And Joe Cook and Singer outside them as well. It's a pretty physical, big backline, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it shows the difference in the team. I can remember playing against Australia 3 years ago and we gave them 8Ks a player, you know, and we're able now to pick a big backline which can play a little bit differently, which again gives us another option of how to play the game.
What are you expecting from Italy?
Good side. You know, if Connor lets them play rugby, they can play some good rugby. They're fitter than they've ever been. They can hang in games longer. They've got a number of good players. You look at their back row. Parisi's played 136 caps or whatever it is. Negri's a good, tough player, and Staines in probably the best form of his career. They've got Marisi and, apologies for the pronunciations, and Campanero in the centres. Again, good, strong, dynamic players. The little halfbacks come back into Baldy after a long time out. Played like he was playing for his life against Ireland last week. So, yeah, they're a vibrant team. And as I said, if Connor lets them play rugby, they'll play some good rugby.
Do you expect them to play rugby?
Well, I'm not coaching them, mate, so I don't know.
And how much are you looking forward to having the new centre partnership outside? It's pretty physical, isn't it?
Yeah, no, very. Obviously, said we got a taste of it against Australia. So the two lads that can do a lot of damage, but has also got some brilliant subtleties to the game as well.
Eddie, having Ellis Genge and Carl Sinclair starting as the two props, two very exciting young players. How good will that be for the Twickenham crowd to see these two hopefully get stuck in?
No, it'll be great for them. I just go back, I can remember having a session in Southport, somewhere on the Gold Coast in Queensland. We just went over for the Australian tour. We took these two young props. They wanted to fight everyone, argue with everyone. The whole session we tried to just keep those two calm, and they've both matured, both come through, both got opportunity to be very good test props for England.
And during that journey, there's obviously been for each the odd moment, hasn't there? How proud are you of that journey they've taken, and how confident are you that even if anything's thrown at them over the weekend, they'll hopefully rise above everything?
Look, they're still learning their trade. I think we've got to understand that. And being a tight head prop and being a loose head prop in international rugby's a difficult assignment, particularly as the game matures in professional rugby. Those guys are being asked to do the same things that back rowers were 10 years ago, plus scrum, plus lift in the line out, plus people tread on their toes, pull their hair, do all those sort of things, and they'll learn each game. They'll get a little bit better, and they'll get a little bit better, and that's what we're seeing with both of those guys.
Just on your other selection decisions, Brad Shields getting the nod over Mark Wilson in this one. Tough decision, or is it again just having a look at another option and maybe a slightly different way to play?
Well, you guys talk about it as a tough decision. I'm picking a squad of 23, so we've just got to change in order there for this week.
Okay, so your thoughts on having the change in order, was there a specific reason, or?
There's always a reason for it. We want to give Brad some time. We want Wilson to come on at the end of what might turn out to be quite a high-paced game, we're not sure. And Wilson will give us tremendous work rate. Look, he's been very good for us, and he keeps working on his game, so it's just a change of order for him.
We knew, I guess, that there would be no Courtney Laws. How close was Maritoje to maybe making this?
Well, he might still play. You never know.
Okay. And then coming in, Joe Launchbury to start. You've always talked about what a consistent performer he is, someone that seldom lets you down, confident that Joe will pick up as a starter where he left off before his injury.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, it's been difficult for Joe. He's come back from an injury. We've had Locks in good form. Now he gets his opportunity to get a bit more game time. His training this week's been outstanding.
And just talking of training, how was the Georgia visit, and how much is that, as Gens was talking a couple of days ago about it really helping to continue to unify the pack? How was it for you?
Well, you're playing against a pack that basically scrums for a living without any exaggeration. So their whole focus is to scrum well, and we needed to get that focus in our scrummaging because we've been probably a bit disappointed in the way we've gone in that area. We would have liked to have been a bit more dominant, so it was a good exercise for us. The boys enjoyed the challenge of muscling up against them, and I think we'll see the fruits of that practice on the weekend.
And if you can, just assess how the week's been, the mood in the camp, obviously having lost a rare game against Wales. How tight is everybody and how galvanised is everybody?
Not very, yeah. The week's been brilliant so far. We obviously had a couple of weeks to prepare for this one. We've had last week as well, which was good. As far as training went yesterday, it was very energetic, very good in terms of quality as well. So we just need to make sure that we keep building now.
And just to get back out in front of the Twickenham crowd and try and get another 5 points and keep the pressure on the Welsh at the top of the table, how critical is that for the championship itself?
Oh look, we're nothing but concentrating on ourselves, concentrating on Italy, and looking forward to it. Yeah, it's brilliant to be back out at Twickenham. All the boys love playing there, so it should be a good day.
From your perspective, how does having those two big men outside you maybe change the way you think about the game, the kind of things you might be looking to do?
It's just about getting them into the game, getting them some ball so that they can do what they do well. Obviously, off the back of it, we've got some brilliant players in Elliott and the wingers who can get out the back of them and out the back of the centres and use the space if the space is tighter, if the space is more out wide. Sorry, so. It gives you different options and it allows you to play through teams. But if that changes, we've got other options as well.
I don't know whether the stats tell the complete story, but the suggestion is you're carrying the ball less than most other teams in the championship so far, making fewer meters. Is that by design? Do we expect to see that change a little bit on Saturday?
We're looking to play what's in front of us. We're looking to do the right thing. Whether that's keep the ball in hand and carry. Hopefully we don't make too many carries because you want to be positive in your outcomes and end up rather scoring tries or creating pressure. And sometimes that's to do with all sorts. So we're just looking to make good decisions, and that's what we base our game around.
Do you have a view on that?
Well, the last stat I saw, we scored more tries than any other team in the competition. And as far as I know about rugby, it's about scoring tries, not about making metres. That's a new stat to me. Does it count for points now? We get bonus points for making metres.
Not just yet.
Okay. Well, when we get bonus points for making metres, we'll start worrying about it.
Okay. Just one for me. Just one for Owen, really. How do you sort of prepare yourself against when you've never lost against a side? Does that affect your thinking anyway, or how do you stop complacency setting in, given your record against them?
I don't think it's anything to do with complacency here. We're very much focused on improving ourselves. Obviously, we'll prepare for this game as we would do any other, and obviously Italy is always still a tough challenge. But at the end of the day, we're looking to see what we can do better and see where we can take what we're doing.
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Obviously, first time playing with Ben. I'm looking forward to it. It's a big player for us. It's a quality player, and I think just to be playing outside and it's exciting.
feeling maybe it would be quite a direct pairing because you two, ball in hand among various other things, bring a lot to the table. What kind of partnership do you think you will bring to the weekend?
I think Benny can play a bit as well, he'll vary that with his I think playing Italy, they're unpredictable, so we'll have to mix our game up a little bit, and having Benny at 12 will allow us to do that.
And a change in position, nominally, certainly in number. Do we read much into that? Will that make a big difference, just playing that one position outside, if that's indeed where you do play?
Not really, mate. Maybe in defence, but in terms of attack, it doesn't matter, because you can, when you set up, it don't really matter what number on your back, depends on the play that we play.
And the team you're playing, Italy, Michele Campagnaro among their centres, a very talented player. We see what he can do at Exeter in an Italian shirt. One to be wary of?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they've got some quality players, got some exciting backs. So for us, we just got to focus on ourselves and make sure that whatever they throw at us, we got to be ready for it.
And as things stand in the Championship, having lost out to Wales, I guess all you can do is keep putting pressure now on the Welsh and just try and get the wins that you can. What's the mentality in the camp?
For us, we just got to, again, it's another opportunity for us to grow as a team and to get better. And for us, that's this Saturday against a quality side like Italy.
Back at home is always good, isn't it? I know you very much enjoyed being back at home for the one game you've had on your return against the French. Special again to be back at Twickenham, I'm sure. Yeah,
it's unbelievable, playing at home back at Twickenham is always an unbelievable occasion, and the crowd, when they get behind us, it gives us another boost, so we're looking forward to that.
If I can just talk a bit more widely for a second, you've been back into the England team for a few games now after, as we know, years of injury niggles and setbacks, certainly internationally. How are you feeling a few weeks back in now with some matches under your belt? How much do you feel you've kind of settled back in?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I think the main thing for me is make sure I take it week by week and do everything that I can off the field in terms of recovery, to try and keep fit. Because the training that we do here is tough and it's intense. So recovery is more important, and that's what I try and do every day.
And how hard is it to find that balance? Because you want to be this great physical specimen as you are, but obviously you can't over push that, as you say, and make sure that you have that downtime to let your body recover. Is it a difficult balance, or?
Not really. When you go out on the field, you go hard, and then, like I said, you give everything, and then as soon as you come off the field, recovery, so you can be 100% to go to the next training session.
Just finally from me, moving forward, we've seen some really good glimpses of what you bring to the table. Is there yet more to come? Do you feel there's another couple of gears, another 10% maybe for Manu Tuilagi?
I hope so.
Manu, sorry. I just wondered, I mean, often you've also got Joe Cokanasiga outside you. I mean, how exciting is that? You've got yourself and Ben and Joe as well back in the side.
Yeah, obviously having Joe back, you got to give him the ball. So for me and Benny and Fast, the guys inside, if we do our job right, we'll give Joe some space, and all he needs is a little bit of space.
Yeah. I mean, does it annoy you slightly that when people sort of talk about you and Ben and indeed Joe, it's always about how big and strong and fast you are? Do you think you get your ball playing skill gets a bit underrated? Because clearly there's a bit more to it than just being big and strong.
Not really. I mean, that's what we bring to the game. Sometimes you got to play to your strengths. Yeah, of course we can play, we can pass, but you know, we don't really do that very often. Sometimes you put the players that can play in the right position, and with us, more direct. If you put everyone in the right position, then you just got to focus on your job.
Sure. Do you physically enjoy sort of the challenge of running through defence?
It's more of try and run at a space. But obviously sometimes space close up sometimes, and it's just got to close your eyes and hope for the best.
Manu, just wondered how the last few weeks have been trying to focus on England in this Six Nations Championship, with the mounting speculation that he might be off to France in the summer.
How much?
Well, how has it affected your focus on speculation about your future potentially going to France in the summer?
Not really, mate. It would take a lot more than that to distract me. You know, I've been out of the England setup for a long time. I'm not going to let anything small like that affect me. Obviously, at the moment, focusing on the Six Nations and finishing well, but you know, there's that big decision for me I've got to make. So hopefully, get the Six Nations done and then think about that.
Have you come to any kind of agreement with Eddie or the RFU if you do go there that you'll be selected for the World Cup?
Obviously, Eddie knows about it, but we haven't had a chat yet. Obviously, if there's nothing being done yet, so then there's no reason to have a chat.
Did you ever feel there might be a day that this run, being back in the England team, wouldn't come when you're at the worst of your injuries? Or did you always think that at one point you would get fit and get back into this kind of fold?
Yeah, like I said before, I always, in my mind, I'll get back to playing my best rugby. Because fortunate for me, I had a bit of time on my side when I had a long injury, but I never had a doubt that I would be back to my best, but that was in my mind always, but I didn't know how my body would come back. But I always had that positive mindset. I'll go back to my best.
And do you kind of appreciate and really relish and really enjoy every test you do play a bit more because of that journey that you've been on?
Yeah, I love it. I love it now. For me, it's almost a second chance to have a go at it, and I'm enjoying every single minute of it. Training, going to the game, the atmosphere, just taking it all in.
Media, obviously, as well.
Not really.
Any more? No, perfect.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Good luck weekend, mate. Good to see you again.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.